Hello everybody, it is Christine. Time for a process video. At this moment, this doesn't have a hop or anything associated with it, but what I've kind of got in my head, and I haven't written it down or anything, but in my head I've decided, I get this Scrap Room Flavors of the Month, and it's great because you get like basically 3 sheets of pattern paper. You usually get 2 sheets of cardstock and then some kind of an embellishment. And in this particular case, this is my family, Echo Park, whatever, it's the sticker sheet. Well, what ends up happening if I make a layout, 9 times out of 10, I end up with just a couple of like scraps like this, and then maybe a cardstock. Sometimes they're bigger than this, but generally speaking, I have some scraps and a piece of cardstock, whatever, and then my embellishments. And I've kind of decided what I want to do is, if I've made a layout, I want to do the second layout, because it's usually going to be a second, like right after that, because sometimes I'll put this stuff all back in an envelope and stick it back in my trays, and it's like this sits there for months, and this is kind of just silly. So my goal, is it a 2025 goal? Yeah, let's kind of say that, is to use, if I break into a set, to go ahead and use the whole thing up. Okay. So now again, if I have a couple little scraps, I might, honestly, the only reason I'm kind of keeping this one, and I'm nattering, I'm sorry you guys, is I have this whole sticker sheet and I want to try to use it. So kind of what I'm going to do here. So I pulled out a couple of photos. I say pulled out, I printed them. This was from Christmas 2020. Is that right? Yes, Christmas 2020. And this kind of got this orangey palette in a way. And so I thought it kind of went with like this warm, and then there's like a little bit of, there's kind of some peachy kind of undertones, you know, with our skin tones and stuff like that. So I thought, you know, I can do this layout here. And what I'm kind of imagining is a little mixed media, and I'll make a couple of strips of the paper going across. So this is going to be a fairly, you know, light paper one here. Just kind of going across like this. And then maybe, I'm kind of trying to decide if I mat these. I can mat them on the gold and on the pink. That could be pretty. Or pink and then gold, which I need to figure that part out. And then again, I'm just going to put like and then I'll use this mixed media here, and then I'll use some stickers. So that's kind of my idea here. So let me actually figure out how I want to mat these, and then I'll get back on and do the mixed media and stuff like that. Okay, give me just a second. Okay, guys, I'm hopeful you can hear me, because I do have a little space heater carrying on behind me here. It is, or has been, it was this morning, like 18 degrees here in South Texas. I saw a news story that said this is the first ever recorded blizzard or something along the Gulf Coast. And we're about 80 miles from the coast. And I'm not going to lie, it is freaking cold. And I am from Texas. I don't like cold. So what I started off with, I have already mounted the photos with the 2 papers I was showing you, the kind of the goldish color and then the pink. And then I've taken it's tea dye, and I'm using the packaging technique first. And then I'm going to use vintage photo in just a second with my template here, my stencil. I'm actually going to flip it. I had it down, and then I'm going to make the little, I don't know what those are called, little wave looking things. They're going to go up. I'm not going to be real heavy handed with this ink, because I do enjoy, I'm just kind of looking for an effect. I'm not looking for a real dark color here. So I'll actually come back on that top one a couple of times, because I'll think to myself, I don't think you're tall enough. So I do the bottom one. I think that looks pretty good, and I actually enjoy that, but I'll come back on that top one, I think 2 more times, honestly, and just add it. I will tell you, because I wasn't very heavy-handed, it was a little bit hard to find my little matching spots. So it takes me a second, and I have to kind of like look twice or whatever, but that's what I've got. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually also do some sprinkles with that vintage photo. I decided I did want to add a few little extras. So I'm going to get my paintbrush, and after I got my water and all that kind of stuff, and I will do a little bit of sprinkles. Not a lot, and I actually use a real small paintbrush here. Well, the handle's long, but the brush tip is a little bit small, because I don't want giant dots. I'm just kind of adding a little dimension to the overall thing. So I will in a second grab all my little scraps there that I showed you, and it's going to be, you know, strips. Honestly, I probably overthink it. I sit here and I, you know, go back and forth and kind of like, well, you'll see. This one here is the full 12 inches across, so I'm actually going to end up splitting it and overlapping it. The photos are going to cover up much of these, like, I want to use the word seams. I have a couple little strips that I'm going to end up having either a seam or a gap, but the photos will cover it, and then what the photos don't cover, I'll end up using some stickers to cover. So no worries, it will look fully cohesively across the page, I guess is the right way to say it. I'm not really sure. At the moment, I'm cutting all these, and they're all 12 inches long, but I will end up trimming them. They're not going to stay that long because I do want it to kind of be, you know, back and forth, different lengths or whatever. So this is a very common, I've seen Sarah Davies do this a lot, like, you know, various little strips and like mixed media and stuff. And I kind of enjoy this when you don't have much paper left. This particular style / technique is really effective to use up those scraps and but still fill out your page. And so I like this a lot. This turned out really cute too. Also, I had tons of stickers. I mean, let's be real. And at the very end, I will show you what I have left. And I still have quite a few stickers left. There's still plenty to work with. So that's going to go in my sticker box. I'm contemplating, excuse me, starting a series of my own for myself or whatever. So Scrappy Kathy and Scrappy Adam have had a series for a while. I don't know if they do it all the time. My algorithm doesn't show me all the time. I need to go back and check their channels. But they call it Scrap Backwards. And I think their concept, what I've seen is they'll start with a sticker sheet or something, or occasionally they do. I don't know if it's every time. They don't have the photos, I guess is the point. They're making the layouts without the photos initially. But I really enjoy the concept of using the sticker sheet to then build yourself maybe a page kit or a little collection or something around your sticker sheet, and then use your sticker sheet up, because I have a lot of sticker sheets, you guys, where they're, you know, partially used, in some cases a lot used. So I may actually start myself, it's going to basically be their concept, and I may just call it, you know, sticker something. I don't know, maybe an alliteration using the S's or something like that, but I'm always going to give them credit because I definitely got the concept from their Scrap Backwards series. You can kind of see I've got these strips here. I'm having to cut these. This is what I mean about they're not fully across, but behind the photo you can't tell. I will tell you that I'm going to end up kind of messing up in the sense that dark strip on the very top on the right, I move over and I didn't actually mean to, but it's okay because, again, that little gap is going to get covered by stickers. So I've glued everything down, even the bottom picture. I did put foam on the upper left picture. And I said glued everything down. I glued it all together. Let me say that. I'd used some Nuvo glue and I glued it all together. It's one kind of big block. And then I'm going to glue it down here. And now I'm going to start getting off into my stickers. And there's some nice, like, framed phrases. So I'm going to use just basically a handful that are basically, I say basically, my gosh, how many times am I going to say the word basically? You know, my family, love my family, family is home, that kind of stuff. I'm just using these framed pieces to kind of build out little areas. I think I ended up with a visual. Yeah, I ended up with a little visual triangle. I'm using kind of the mixed media, the stencil part to kind of drive where I'm putting things. Although this right here I kind of messed with for a second. But it ends up over there. Not 100% in the same exact spot, I think. I think I shift it downward when I end up putting it down permanently. But this is basically where things are going to go. I will put some foam up underneath that one that says the good stuff. That's going to end up with some foam underneath it as well. I like this floral. I thought, oh, this is, I almost missed it, y'all, because I was looking at all the phrases. I was like, oh, this is a good little floral. So I'm going to pull in a couple of florals. I'll end up pulling in butterflies too. I will tell you, so these pictures, I think I mentioned in the intro, they were taken in December 2020. This was actually Christmas Eve 2020. It was before my dad got sick. And, it's this whole layout really, though, isn't about Christmas, which is why I didn't really go Christmas theme. I mean, you can kind of tell it's Christmas because I think there's some lights showing. I'm trying to think now. I know we're kind of wearing certain things. I know the outfit I have on actually is our pajamas that we wore to the movies, but I thought we usually do that on Christmas Day, so I'm a little confused by myself. Maybe I did do a Christmas Eve. I don't know. We wore those pajamas to the movies. That's all I can remember at this point. I'd have to go back and look at my camera rolls to see where we were, when we went to the movie. But anyway, that's where we were. We're at my dad's house for like Christmas Eve and just enjoying, you know, Christmas together. But to me, it was about family. The gentleman in the upper picture there on the very far right, he's actually recently passed away. He's my best friend's dad, and he just passed away, I don't know, a month or so ago. And he was my best friend's dad, or my best friend's dad and my dad's best friend. That's funny. We kind of all grew up together. I'm going to just kind of stick a few little florals in here, some little butterflies. I do like these little butterflies. I build my visual triangle with these butterflies, really. I will actually put a little bit of foam, and you'll watch me do that. I probably should have cut some of it out, truth be told, but sometimes I feel like I need to leave stuff in to kind of show you, like, quote process, right? So all I'm doing here is going to take these butterfly wings. I'm a fan of putting a little bit of foam underneath the butterfly wings to give them a little dimension. And let's see here. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing little tiny pieces. I could have used foam squares or something, but I had this fun foam in my hand because I had put it behind the photo. So I'm just going to put it behind these little butterflies. And basically, once I get these stickers down, I will come in. Let me think just a second. I'll come in just a second. I think I do it off camera if I'm honest. On that left-hand corner down there, between the photo and the little frame thing, I end up adding a little bit of stickers there. You can kind of see them now. This is all I have left though, you guys. That's the scraps I have. I might keep that grid piece just from journaling perspective and that sticker sheet. So here's the slowdown. I think this turned out really cute. You can kind of see those little stickers I mentioned. And with hardly nothing to work with, if I'm honest, just the stickers and the little baby strips there. So I think you can make a really pretty layout with just little baby bits of stuff. And that is it, you guys. So thank you so much for watching. This was just a Christine layout, no hop or anything. I'm just trying to use up those papers. So I appreciate you guys. Say hello to me in the comments, and I will always comment back. Don't forget to do the like and subscribe stuff, and we will see you next time. Bye.